Hello, welcome to my channel, and thank you for being here. The images I'm talking about today reflect on um, conservative or right-wing white sentiment and the repression of the Afrikaner state. So there are three of them, and the first one, the caption reads, "Right-wingers successfully protest against the appearance of Nelson Mandela on the University of Pretoria campus, 1991." So Mandela was released and was scheduled to make an appearance on this campus. And in fact, he did arrive onto the stage, and but wasn't able to take the podium because these protesters emerged in the crowd and were the overwhelming majority in the crowd, and his Mandela, that is, security detachment, felt that um, it was an unsafe environment. And to my knowledge, the one and only time that Nelson Mandela was not able to actually make to honor an engagement and make a speech. And this was at the Pretoria uh, um, University of Pretoria campus. And you know, the the posters here tell their story, and the looks on the faces of these people tell the story as well of the kind of um, one could almost say hatred that indoctrinated white people had about Nelson Mandela at the time, seeing him as a communist and the greatest threat to white supremacy, I guess. Um, the second image um, is the caption reads, "Security police watch a protest march, Boksburg, East Rand, Johannesburg, 1989." So 2 years before the Mandela image that you've just seen. And what you're looking at here are central to this image are four security police or plainclothes police. Let's put it. We don't know exactly what contingent of police they belonged to, but all of them, two noticeably, were barely concealing sidearms bulging out of the sides of their uh, pants, and observing a march. And I, what makes the image for me is this: to the left of the image, this uh, rather bemused black policeman in uniform, who I think was pretty aware of, what I was photographing there, and with a wry smile on his face. So the protest was two communities, Vosloorus and Gerecha Park, a black and a colored uh, community, that were protesting when the Boksburg municipality had been taken over by the Conservative Party, um, Afrikaner Conservative Party, and was reimposing, petty apartheid laws that they were just done with by 1989. And so there were huge protests that took place and consumer boycotts, and people were bussed out. I have images as well that of people being bussed out to do their shopping elsewhere, and make white business that had voted back in these conservatives feel the effects of their decision. So it was a rather tense period in just prior to 1990 in South Africa's history, when protests were ramping up and uh, communities were becoming more and more organized um, to fight back through protests and the consumer boycotts and the like. Um, the next image, the caption reads, South African Defence Force Military Parade, Durban, 1988. And I think it was annually that the South African Defence Force would have parade through the streets of the city, both to do two things, I guess, to reassure the white voters that they were sufficiently armed to counter any resistance to the state, to apartheid, and to cow and intimidate and cow the black inhabitants of the city that any resistance was futile. Not the greatest image. I wasn't that good a press photographer ever, but my little attempt at capturing some of that mood of repression. So this will be a rather short talk, and so I'll say thank you for watching, and more information on myself and my work can be found on my website, a link to which, including my blog and email address, can be found in the video description below. If you like this talk, remember to click the like button and press subscribe. It helps the channel grow.